Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anyone who wandered in off the street. This is Contemplate, and I'm doing a video today in response to a request on my previous GPD video. It is for some Minecraft play, but I'm going to do a little more than that. Now, right here you'll see it went from touchscreen to the physical controls on the GPD. It automatically does that. It's excellent. It works great. It maps the keys in a way that is really good. So, I'm going to be honest. The game runs a little bit choppy. Minecraft is a fun game, I love it, but on the GPD I have noticed it's a little bit laggy. If you'll notice as I look around, you can see it lags. And this is with the settings turned down, so that's even more disappointing. Of course, you're going to expect to see it render slowly, like you'll see the world appear around you. But as I fly around here, showing you a sweeping view of this world, I just want to talk about the fact that I knew when I got the GPD that it's not a top-of-the-line device like other Android devices. It's good, but it's not great. So, when you buy it, be prepared for that. Now, most games run really well. This game is sadly one of the few exceptions. If you'll notice, fancy graphics, beautiful skies, and animated water were all shut off. Now I'm going to turn them on to kind of show you what you can expect as you play with them turned on. Now it looks great. As you can see, it's rendering a little slow, but that's just kind of the thing with Android. It does that anyway. And even on PC, I believe it does that. Not that I'd know because, well, I do everything on my Android devices. Now, as I fly around here, I'm going to show you some other things. I'd like to state that I personally prefer the touchscreen controls over the physical controls. The GPD does a really great job, or the game itself actually does a really good job at mapping the keys to a physical controller, but with the GPD XD, I feel like the touchscreen controls are superior. I don't know why. The interface just works so well. Now, here I'm struggling with the menu because I haven't played much. The direction pad lets you select the section you're going to be in, and then the analog stick, the left analog stick, will move you around in those menus. So that took me a second to figure out. Left and right triggers will sift through your quick bar, and the left and right, or L2 and R2, one places blocks, one breaks blocks. Now here you can see I turned on animated water and turned it off just to show you the difference. But again, the game itself, great game, love it. It's awesome on Android, but I really feel like on-screen controls work better. And you can still play that way, even on the GPD. So I figured while I was here I'd show you some other Android games. This one's Delvar. It looks kind of Minecraft-ish, but it runs really smoothly. I really like this game. The only catch was the game itself does not automatically map the keys to your controller, so I had to go in and set them up myself. The nice thing about the GPD XD is that it has a hard key on the face of it that actually lets you set up those keys. So I'll just let you watch a little bit of the gameplay of this. It's a really fun game. I like it a lot. Here we go. We're actually having a look at the GPD's on-screen control assignment thing. As you can see, I have it all set up, and this makes it really easy to play this game. It's really fun. The only downfall I found was that the controls, you cannot choose to invert them. So if you notice, I keep looking at the ground when I should not be looking at the ground. That's because I'm struggling with it, because I play inverted, and sadly the control setup system does not allow you to invert the controls in any way. And if the game doesn't have the option in it, then you kind of have to deal. Which, it's not a deal breaker, it's just a little bit of a nuisance. and I just got died. Goodbye, Delvar. Better luck next life. Again, really fun game. I enjoyed immensely, and it runs really well on the GPD XD. Now I'm going to show you a game called Erelon HD. It's a really fun game. It's similar to a lot of Elder Scrolls titles, but of course it's its own thing. Now, a problem I've had with this one, it runs overall pretty well, fits the screen well, again, does not automatically map the keys for a physical controller. The other problem I've had is when you try to look left or right, it lags really bad. See, right there, you can tell. I've got this pressed full, like, all the way down, trying to swivel my screen. But speed things up here real quick because, well, you don't want to watch me play this game too much, I imagine. I'm trying to make shorter videos, not longer ones. Here we are looking at how I have the keys mapped. I really like the GPD system because it's got that key right on the face of the system that lets you map the keys. And you just tap on them and drag them where you want them to be in accordance to what's on the screen. Here, I'll show you right here. Just move that and just put it there and put it back. So, and you can even layer them like you see I've got there, and they'll both operate that functionality, whatever it is. I've got them floating there because I believe that's like the OK button when you go into menus. But again, beautiful game, runs pretty well, but it's not flawless, sadly. Alright, moving right along. Next game I'm going to show you is a game called Shadowrun. Now, from what I've played, this is an awesome game. I really enjoy tabletop RPGs, and I feel like this game's one of the closest to it. That load screen you just saw actually takes quite a while, so I sped it up. Even on the Galaxy Note 4, it takes a good 30 seconds or so. So quickly set up a character, fast forwarding through most of this process. This game's fun. I really enjoy it, but the physical controls for the GPD are all but useless. This is a point-and-click kind of game. So, again, the physical controls are pointless, but that's the nice thing about the GPD XD. It's not necessary to use those physical controls. The XD is a little bit difficult to use just the screen because it's a little bit clunky and you've got the controller hanging off there, just kind of getting in your way. We're going to fast forward through this exposition so I can show you guys the combat system. We'll do a flashback, blah blah blah, I'm waiting around. Hey, don't betray us, you jerk. Oh, no worries. Oh, really? Yeah, really. No, really. So, this is all just leading into the beginning of the game combat simulation. Well, not simulation, but teaching you how to do combat. But I really like the way this game runs. It's a turn-based RPG. You get to be attacked and attack back. Even taking cover makes a difference about how much damage you'll take, or right there, missed. Here it is asking if I know how to do combat. In this game, you get different kinds of weapons, and I put points toward my pistol, so I switch over to that. Now, while this combat is playing out, I'd like to state that this entire video and everything was edited, recorded, and even, as you've noticed, the audio quality is not the best. That's because this is the mic on the GPD XD. So this whole video is edited from the system, which just shows the versatility of it. And eventually I'm hoping to put up some videos of me just playing games and stuff. The only problem I run into is since the microphone is on the system where you put your hands to control it, if you try to record and speak at the same time while playing a game, you hear a lot of clicks and groans of the system, and it's just not that useful in that way. But I'll let this combat play out, and get back to you when this segment is done. Alright, in order to not draw this video out too long, just fast forward through combat, just so you can see that the whole thing plays out. It runs really smoothly, and it's a really fun game in my opinion, if you're into that sort of thing. It seems like a really story-driven game, which makes a big difference to me. So, let this run through to the end here. Alright, victory. So, again, really fun game. Love it. Runs really well on the GPD XD. Alright, that concludes that. So, fun game. Moving right along, and finally I'm going to show you Jet Set Radio, a game that originally came out on the Dreamcast, but I paid for the Android version so I could play it on my Galaxy Note 4. But now that I have the GPD, it's a better place to play it. It's so much easier to control. Now, that's the first thing I'm going to say. This game automatically maps physical controllers to it, and the GPD is no exception. This game works excellently with the GPD XD's controller, and I have so many fond memories of this game. But I will say that there is a slight glitch with some of the graffiti. As you're going through the world, you'll see it kind of glitch out and everything, which isn't a deal breaker, but it's a little disheartening. Otherwise, this game runs excellently. The sound's awesome, as you can hear the fantastic music playing, and just a good game all around, and it runs beautifully on the GPD XD. So I'm going to kick it around here for a minute and let you guys watch.
HQ to all stations. Juveniles have been reported recklessly skating in the Coast Valley construction area. All officers in the area respond. Repeat.
Oh yeah!
I'm sending in the parachute squad. Once they land, fill that hell on wheels with lead.
Tune in. Turn on.
And there's that graffiti glitch I was talking about. Again, it's not a deal breaker, but it is a little bit sad. If you'll notice also in the background, the clouds and stuff were flittering in and out in a similar fashion. So, little glitchy, little problem there, but I think it's the game itself, not the system.
Tune in. Turn on. From out. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Cool! Oh yeah! 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 Cool! Fire!
Alright, so you guys get the point. Runs well. So this video ran a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I hope you guys stuck around and I hope you enjoyed it. I plan to do more videos like this focusing on each different emulator for it. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Dreamcast, PlayStation, PSP. And just kind of show you guys around. If you'd like to see that, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks a lot. This has been Contemplate. Take it easy.